Welcome to the TheDPost.com WVU football sports chat. I'm sports reporter Todd Murray, filling in for Drew Rubenstein this week, and I'm joined by WVU football reporter Ed Owens. Ed, got a bye week for the Mountaineers this week. Obviously, a tough week coming off the loss to Kansas that knocked them out of bowl consideration, first losing season since 2001. Where is the focus for this team this week?
Yeah, I thought after the Baylor game when they had their last bye week, I thought there couldn't be a better time for a bye week. Now there couldn't be a better time for a bye week. Coming off that Kansas loss, guys were really broken down, really disheartened by that. Pat Egger was in tears following the game. I think this team really needs a week to settle down, and that's pretty much what head coach Holgorsen said they're going to do. He's going to rep the young guys, give them a lot of practice time, really try to make up for the time they've lost by, as you mentioned, not making a bowl game this year. So he wants to kind of get them in, get them that experience, and it's also a good time to give his seniors, his upperclassmen, all the guys who've been playing all those snaps a nice break. They're kind of plagued by injuries, especially on the defensive side of the ball right now. So I think it's a good time to rest and get the young guys some experience.
Yes, with the injury front, a lot of people wondering about Darwin Cook, Clint Trickett. Where do they stand with those two?
Yeah, Darwin Cook, as of earlier this week, Dana said that Cook is out. He injured his groin against Kansas. You saw it on one of those long touchdown runs by James Sims. Cook just pulled up lame and couldn't keep up with him. So Dana said if the game was this week, Darwin would be out. So they're hoping that they can get him some rest, get him back in. As far as Clint Trickett goes, Ford Childress on the quarterback front, Ford is making progress, but Dana said he's still injured and out. They're going to try to work him back in. As far as Trickett goes, he still hasn't been cleared from that concussion that he suffered a couple weeks ago. So you have to wonder if heading into this last game, if they're even going to risk injuring him further or just kind of take the season as a loss, take it for what it is, and keep him healthy.
I know a lot of talk about wanting to finish strong, and obviously no bowl game. Some coaches and players believe there can be a carryover to next season. But where do you think the players and coaches are right now, in terms of wanting to finish strong in that Iowa State game?
I think they have to. This season's already lost. They lost that game to Kansas, which is devastating for the program. They're not going to a bowl game, which is another down note. I think if they lose to a weak Iowa State team too, you're heading into the offseason on a real down note. I think this game, as in the long run, I guess, it doesn't really mean anything in terms of making this a winning season, calling this a successful season. Heading into next year, this game could mean a ton for WVU. I think these guys need to get their heads right. They need to show that they can improve, and I think they really do need to finish strong. They need it for the mentality of this team heading into the offseason.
Yeah, of course, some people wondering, they went into Kansas knowing that was a must-win game to keep the bowl hopes alive, and then to come out, flat and not play very well, left a lot of people scratching their heads. And now they're in a situation where they're going to be stuck on campus Thanksgiving week with all the other students home facing, a game that doesn't mean much. And a lot of people are wondering, how is this team going to show up?
Yeah, and after everything I just said, how important it is to them, I don't think they win this game. I know we're a week away. They still have time to prepare, but looking at the way the team was mentally after that Kansas loss, even during that loss, they just weren't there. It seemed like they kind of gave up on it. Dana said this is the first time they've lost a game where he's really been disappointed with the team's effort. He said as unhappy as he is with the other losses, he said this one especially stung because they just didn't show it out there. So I don't know that they can get that back coming off that. They don't have the bowl game to look forward to. I think they're in trouble. The flip side of it, I think Iowa State is a team that's still pretty hungry. They've shown that in recent weeks. They've shown that they haven't given up. And I think WVU could be in trouble heading into this last one of the season.
I know, obviously, Dana Holgorsen, a lot of people are pretty down on him right now. I mean, he said that he speaks with Oliver Luck, and they kind of feel like Luck is supporting him and they're on the same page. Do you feel that there's a lot of pressure?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think there's no question there's a ton of pressure on Dana right now. Since he's come in, the wins have dropped every season. Attendance has dropped with each season. I think he's got a lot to do right now to get this program going back in the right direction. That said, I don't think he's under pressure from his boss. I think he and Oliver are kind of tied together. They're in this together. He was Oliver's hire, so I think he'd have a little more patience for him than maybe if Oliver had left, gone to Texas, and a different athletic director had come in here. Sure. So I think that saves Dana a little bit. But yeah, there's definitely pressure on him to win and win soon.
Right. Well, it will be an interesting final week. Ed, appreciate your time as always, and please continue to follow our WVU sports coverage on TheDPost.com.